What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for coming back and joining me on another video right here on YouTube. So today I'm going to be bringing you another tactic testing video. Recently I have been downloading some of the popular tactics that are out there for FM23 and I'm going to put them through their paces. We're going to have a single season sim and we're going to be using Arsenal, Bristol City and Bristol Rovers, just so you can get a taste of what this tactic is able to do on 3 different levels of the English football pyramid. So we are going to, as always, show you the tactic. We're going to break it down and show you the positions. We're also going to show you the in possession, the out possession and the in transition. And then we will break down that all-important results that you're looking forward to seeing how the teams have got on. So let's jump on in and show you the tactic. This tactic is called Alex JV Ameka V1. Looking at it, it's a 4-3-3, or it could be a 4-1-2-2-1, or it could even be a 4-1-4-1. It's got various different guises, however you would want to look at it. Let's break down some positions. So we've got a sweeper keeper that is on support. We have got a wing back on the left hand side on support. 2 ball playing defenders in the middle of the park. And on the right hand side we have another wing back on support. We have a deep line playmaker on support. Now, as usual, at this point of the video, if you need to pause it or write any of these down or get any instructions because you want to port this out to a different version of the game, whether it be handheld, Xbox or something completely different, don't forget to come back and let me know in the comment section, how do these tactics do in other versions of the game? Right then, let's continue on up the pitch. So we have 2 central midfielders on attack. On the left hand side, we have an inverted winger on attack. We have another one on the right hand side. And at the top of the pitch, we have an advanced forward on attack. So that's the positions down. As I said, it's a 4-1-2-2-1 or a 4-1-4-1. Its tactical style is Juvenile, something like that. Obviously custom to the creator of the tactic. Its mentality is positive, so not overly committing in terms of attacking. Its in possession looks like this. Not a lot of instructions going on here. Its in transition will look like this. Out of possession will look like this. So again, a tactic that looks a little bit complex in terms of its structure, but in terms of the instructions that are going into the tactic, it doesn't look that complex whatsoever. So let's find out how we have got on with the 3 teams that we have picked. First up was Arsenal, and you can see they have finished 3rd in the league. They did finish 10 points behind Liverpool, who won the league, but only 2 points behind Manchester City, which isn't that bad of a result. Looking at the other competitions, Europa League, they were knocked out in the semi-finals by Real San Sebastian, or Real Sociedad. In the FA Cup, they were knocked out in the 5th round by Tottenham. In the Carabao Cup, they were knocked out in the quarterfinals by Aston Villa. If we break down the Premier League then and show you what has happened in terms of their season, Arsenal, you can see, played 38, won 26, drew 8, lost 4. They did score 101 goals, which was the most in the Premier League. They conceded 33, had a goal difference of 68, and that left them with 86 points in 3rd. So, Champions League qualification for Arsenal. If we go to the profile and show you what's happened in terms of their players, Gabriel Jesus managed to get himself 32 goals, even though Haaland getting 53 in a season. Jesus 7.46 and Saka with 7.34 for average ratings. Saka got himself 12 assists. Gabriel Jesus 8 Player of the Match awards. Ramsdale kept 17 clean sheets. And lucky for us on this version, not too bad in terms of yellow cards and the disciplinary issues. So Arsenal get us off to a good start. 3rd place finish, finishing 10 points behind league leaders. Can we go one better with the next team? That is Bristol City. Let's have a little look at the tactic. In fact, we don't need to look at the tactic, we need to look at the competitions, don't we? So here we go, straight into the competitions tab, and you can see that they have finished second in their league, finishing behind Norwich and getting themselves automatic promotion. In the FA Cup, they were knocked out in the 5th round by Portsmouth. They were knocked out in the 2nd round by Coventry in the Carabao Cup. So looking at the Sky Bet Championship then, if we go to the stages to break that down, you're going to be able to see, if I can stop sorting teams in the wrong order, played 46, 24 wins, 11 draws, 11 losses. They did only score 81 goals. They did concede 55. They had a goal difference of 26. But they did amass 83 points, which was good enough for second in the league and getting themselves promoted into the Premier League. If we look at the profile screen, you can see that they're probably not aided by the fact that they don't have a top goal scorer in the first 4. They don't have an average rater in the top 4. They don't have anybody in the assists. They do have Naki Wells, 8 Player of the Match awards. They don't have anybody in the clean sheets. Yellow cards are not an issue in this one. And they don't have anybody else in terms of the stats. So looking at it, it looks like Bristol City have just got a hard-working team. They've really got their heads down, become pretty much low-scoring winning merchants and managed to get themselves an automatic place to be promoted to the Premier League. So will their City neighbours, Bristol Rovers, be able to do the same thing? Yes, they have. Second in the league, 90 points. You can see that straight away. If we go to the competitions tab, you can see they finished 10 points behind Plymouth, but they finished a point ahead of Portsmouth and got themselves an automatic promotion spot. They were knocked out in the FA Cup 3rd round by Middlesbrough, knocked out in the 1st round of the Carabao Cup by Norwich, and they were knocked out in the Southern Section 3rd round by Arsenal under-21s in the Papa John's Trophy. So as always, let's look at the stages part of their league campaign. And we can look across here. You see they played 46 games. They won 27, drew 9, lost 10, scored 101 league goals, which is quite impressive for Bristol Rovers. Did concede 55, had a goal difference of 46 and scored 90 points. As I said, finishing 10 behind Plymouth and 1 ahead of Portsmouth. If we go back to the profile, you can see they didn't have anybody in the top scorers, top 4, or in the average ratings. In terms of assists, they had Evans on 15 and Anderson on 15. They had Collins with 7 Man of the Match awards. Gibson did have 15 yellow cards, and Gordon is down here with 5.13 dribbles per 90 minutes. So back to the competitions tab, you can see that Arsenal have finished 3rd and they've got themselves a Champions League place. We have Bristol City now going into the Premier League if we were to run a 2nd season, and Bristol Rovers would be going into the Championship if we were to run a 2nd season. So I think it's an overall successful tactic. Obviously Arsenal could have done better in the Premier League, but the 2 teams in Bristol certainly excelled when using this tactic. Right, if you're at this point of the video still, firstly, a big thank you. Secondly, if you don't mind hitting that like and subscribe button to help the channel out, really do appreciate everybody who has took the time to do that for me across the past couple of weeks and helping push the channel forward in terms of its growth. Before you go, don't forget to check the channel out for other things. We have more tactics, there's tips, there's Wonder Kids, there's Let's Plays, a little something for everybody right here on the channel. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on another video soon.